Death Watch.
Okay, so now, last time, Rohan had gone up the steps to the first of the two walls, and that's when giant heads started peeking over and shouting in a language you don't understand and lifting massive iron-studded great clubs and charging. So here are the enemies that you see, and they've stood up now, and so you can see like the top half of them above that wall. And let's get initiative.
Casimir, isn't that like the fourth or fifth time we've rolled the exact same initiative?
It does seem like it, huh? Why you copying me, bro?
Because you're usually one of the highest.
No.
Okay, so now, Graham, you were on your way to investigate this, one of the two cabinets that are in the room, and now you hear, and from your angle, where you are, as close to the wall, you can just see shadows of these things on the floor, because you're too close to the wall to actually see them, and they're not hanging over the wall. But you do hear them shouting, and then you hear heavy, really heavy footfalls running. So what do?
So I was interested in hiding. Is that possible?
Yeah, I mean you can hide when you're not being observed, right?
Right. I can't see them though, you said, right? I just am aware. I hear them.
Yeah, and you can see their shadows on the floor.
Okay, so I'll move over to that weapons rack and grab one of the short bows. Is there a quiver nearby?
Yeah.
So I guess that will be my turn, is just to move and ready that weapon.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so you move over there and you grab up that. There's short bows and long bows, and you get some arrows. Rohan, your move. So this one is, he actually, you notice that he could hit you right now.
Okay. I guess I will full disengage down the stairs.
Okay.
And start getting my quiver ready, getting an arrow knocked and that kind of stuff as I flee back down the stairs.
All right.
And that's my turn.
Okay, Casimir, your turn. Now you see all three of these things from where you're at.
All right. I'm going to cast shield. Okay, so that goes off. And then I'll move to here and ready my trident.
Okay. All right, give me 1 second here. For some reason, it skipped them, so I got to figure out why it does that. You guys can't see them, right?
No.
I can see them on the map. I can't see them on the combat tracker.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which was how it had been working for a while anyway, at least for me.
Yeah, I can't remember ever seeing enemies on the combat tracker.
I think the
last time we did,
yeah.
But before that I had never seen them.
Okay, well, I'll figure it out another time. Let me move the turn back down to...
Now I see him on the combat tracker.
Yeah, I figured it out. Okay, so this one comes stomping down the stairs right here and just takes a swipe at you, Casimir, with this club. Okay. Yeah, so he's got the elevation, he swings, but it just goes over your head. Let's see. All right, so this one, he comes down here and he pulls out a javelin, which is as big as a spear, and chucks it at you, Fenrith. But it sails by you and clatters on the floor. And that brings us to you, Fenrith, your turn. So he's got a club in his hand, but with his other hand, he tossed a javelin at you.
And he's up on like a rampart right now?
It's just a wooden staircase, but he's pretty much at the bottom of it now. And you know there's a third one up there, but you can't actually see him. But you can see his shadow, so you know he's pretty close to you.
Okay, so just a moment. Let me take a look.
You have can you target things?
Oh, let me check.
Control and then click on it.
Yeah, it looks like it targeted it.
Good deal. Okay, so what do you do?
Okay, so you guys are all so far away. I will cast spiritual weapon.
Okay.
And just taking a look to see if I can get it over to him, or if it spawns near me and I gotta move it. All right, so I will have it spawn. It says that it springs into being and attacks enemies at a distance. The distance is 100 feet plus 10 levels, so 160 feet is the effective range that it can be from.
Yeah.
So I'll have it spawn near him then, so that it can start attacking him.
Okay. Can you move it? Are you able to move it?
Give it a shot. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so it's attack roll.
All right, that's a hit.
Okay, so I get damage. And for some reason, it's not rolling onto him like it should.
Well, for this, you're just going to have to do it in the chat, and I'll have to update his, because it's not a character; it doesn't recognize.
Oh, okay.
So, all right. Yeah. So you summon this weapon, and it flashes into existence and darts over there and slashes at him, and he looks like utterly confused.
And then I'll move to there, and that will do it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you take off running over there, and that brings us to this guy. All right. So Rohan and Fenrith. Now you can see this guy in the middle, the one that looks different. He's a lot taller. His skin's a different color. Casimir, you can see him out of the corner of your eye too. And as you're looking at him, he just suddenly is gone. And now we go back to Graham.
All right, I want to click my heels together and do a full attack, firing 2 shots at Ogre 2, it looks like. So activating my haste boot.
Okay. Yeah, that's a hit with both shots. So go ahead and roll damage. All right. Nice shooting. Yeah, so you stick a couple arrows in his belly, and you're looking at him, and it's like he's wearing rotten leather armor, and there's holes in it. And so you got the arrows where the armor wasn't, and they're sticking out of his belly, and he screams, like really high-pitched scream. And that brings us to you, Rohan.
Now, you said there was a big brass gong in the middle of this room, right?
Yeah.
Do you think I could deduce that maybe that's an alarm that they might use to summon more people?
Well, I would have said you could easily deduce that if you hadn't rolled your intelligence check first.
All right.
But now that you got a 7, I think you think it could be a dinner plate.
Okay.
Because
in that case, I will ignore the fact that there's one that could summon a horde down upon us, and instead shoot as many arrows as I can. My fingers can fire into this one in front of Casimir.
Okay. All right. So 2 of those hit.
Okay. There we go. And that's my turn.
All right. Yeah, so you get a couple arrows in him too. One of them gets in his knee, and he screams and curses. Well, you know he's cursing, but you can't understand the words he's saying. But that brings us to you, Casimir.
All right. I'm going to -4 for my attack and attack him with my trident wielded in 2 hands. That hit? Okay. That's my turn.
All right. So yeah. Okay. So you attacked Ogre 1.
Yeah, I should have targeted him.
Okay.
It looked like it assigned it and everything. Was
All right.
Was he actually 5 feet further back than what it was showing or something?
No, you got it right. It just didn't snap to grid like I wanted it to, so
Okay.
confused me. But yeah, he's right there, and you stab him in the chest with your trident, and blood starts pouring out. Like really bad wound. It's a really grievous wound. So two-handed, he raises his club and brings it down on you. I don't know why that happened. There we go. But it misses, so slams into the stone right next to you. Okay. You guys see that one run up. Lumber over here, and he smacks that gong with his club, and it's such an ear-shattering sound that everybody needs to make a fortitude save. Fenrith, fortitude.
Yeah, I'm trying. It just for some reason when I roll, it's not actually logging. Because that's the 3rd time that I've had to roll it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So he goes over and he smashes this gong, and it rings throughout the room and vibrates the floor. It's so loud, but it doesn't cause any of you any damage. So that brings us to you, Fenrith.
All right. So let's see. Trying to see what it is to move this here. I believe it's a move action. Seeing if there's a what its movement speed range is. Okay. So
You use your move action to redirect it, or it continues to attack the previous round's target.
So I will move it there.
Okay. Well, that's its previous target, so that doesn't take your move action. It does it on its own.
Oh, okay.
So go ahead and roll its attack, and that's a hit. And roll its damage. Yeah, so it comes up and slices the back of its neck, and he slaps his hand back. What else are you going to do?
I need to look at the range real quick on this. Okay, so I'm going to move to here, and then I will cast Invisibility Purge. So it's 30 feet is how far it goes out. As anything invisible becomes visible while in a 30-foot area around me, and it will last for 6 minutes.
All right, so you're casting Invisibility Purge.
Yes.
All right, does that have spell resistance?
No.
Interesting. Okay. All right, so so you go there and you put your hands together and you focus, and this little sphere of white light appears in your hands and then spreads out through the room and makes. Then you see that this guy is right here.
Okay, so I believe that will end my turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you can see that this blue-skinned one or green-skinned, I forgot what I said. He's got his eyebrows drawn and he's focused and he's in the act of casting a spell. So, yep. All right. Let's see if this works. So everybody's going to need to make a Oh, I guess it does it for you there. Okay. So this, here's what we'll do. All right. So an extreme burst of cold issues forth from his hands. You can like see the moisture in the air freezing and extends outward and drains the heat away and sweeps over you. So this shall assign the damage to each person there that gets. So Fenrith, you made your save. Casimir, you did too, so you take half. I think Rohan took full damage.
Yeah, and Graham's dying now.
Did he mean to hit his own partner there?
He did. Well, he didn't care. Yeah. So it sweeps over that guy too, and he just stops moving and then falls over dead. And let me see if I can figure out how to. I want to see if I can figure out how to make this known to you that he then he just flies up into the air. So, he's a good 40 feet above you. So we'll say that it's 40 feet up, and now it's Graham's turn. Yeah, so this cold, that was your stabilize?
Yeah.
Wonder how come it didn't do it like it was doing last time.
It's when he moves it past his turn.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you don't need to roll it, I guess. You just move your turn down and it'll roll it for you.
Yeah, I saw those. It doesn't show me what I get, so.
Yeah, it looks like it rolls it into the tower.
Yeah. Right. Well, you did not stabilize. So you guys can see Graham there laying on the floor. His face and his lips are blue. Let's see. I think I've got a way. No, I don't. I'll just have to remember and tell you guys. Okay. Rohan, your move.
So I'm going to shout to Fenrith. Fenrith, Graham's down again. Check on him. Make sure he's still alive. And then I'm going to focus my next volley of arrows on the ogre mage that's now floating above us.
Okay. All right. So all three of your arrows slam into him. Go ahead and roll damage. Yeah. So you do some pretty good damage to him. Then you can see blood trickling out onto the ground. Yeah.
And then I'm going to step and do the doors into this room open inward, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to step back and kind of put my foot against the door that I'm standing next to.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Just kind of a minor way of blocking the door, or at least knowing when someone's trying to come in.
Okay. So, all right. Yeah. So your arrows slam into him and he's just floating up there, but his eyes, they zero in on you after you do that. And, that brings us to Casimir.
All right. I guess I'll free action and say to Rohan that you should wait till you see him chanting before you shoot the mage, and then I'll charge. So attack opportunity, I'm guessing?
Let's see. He's above you.
No, not the ogre mage. Ogre 2.
Oh, ogre 2. Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Let me change something real quick because I still have my dodge. Okay. Oh, wait. Gotta change something yet again here. Does that work? It does. Okay, there we go. Because I'm charging.
Okay. Let me do his attack then. Yeah, so he swings his great club at you like pretty clumsily, but it still slams into your shoulder. So that'll give you 12 damage.
Still up.
Yeah, but now that you're up close, you can see that he's bleeding pretty bad too.
And I don't think the attack opportunity stops a charge, right?
No, not on a charge.
Okay.
Just a tumble.
I will attack. Actions.
All right, that's a hit. Yeah, so go ahead and describe how you want to attack.
I'm guessing that. So I'm charging in. He hits me, and I kind of stumble but I finish my charge and I just drive this into his leg and hit the femoral artery and just slash it open.
Okay, yeah. So like an obscene amount of blood sprays out, gets under your feet, and starts covering the ground. And just like that, he drops with a confused look on his face. He drops to the ground. So, if you try to run or charge in the 2 squares you're in now, you're going to have to make a balance check because of all the blood.
Okay.
All right. So, before we go on to the next turn, and before I forget, who still has the luck of the hero?
I don't think I've used mine.
Yeah, I think I still got mine. Yeah, I do.
Okay. Graham, do you still have yours?
No, I used it last session.
Fenrith, do you?
No, I don't. I used it last session as well.
You two used it. Okay. Right. So what I'll do here, let's see, Graham, so Casimir, is I'll put some tokens on the map. Don't mean anything except for the first letter of your name, and that'll remind you that you have them. So just Casimir and Rohan right now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'll just set them up here. That way I don't forget and you guys don't forget. And that brings us to, so that guy's dead. That brings us to Fenrith.
All right, I'll 5 foot back towards Graham, and then I will cast Cure Serious.
Okay. All right. So Graham, your eyes open as the shock of the healing energy pours through you. And the familiar itch and pain of your wounds closing up. But what you feel mostly this time is just that is the warmth and that pain that comes from your fingers and toes warming up when they're frostbitten or almost frostbitten. So yeah, Fenrith, you heal him.
So since I 5-footed and then the spell, can I direct my weapon
No,
with my move action still?
no, you don't have it once you 5 foot.
Okay.
All right. So this guy's floating up there, and he floats up a little bit higher. So now he's 80 feet up there, and it's easy to see him because there's nothing but blackness up there. So he's up there 80 feet, but let's see, who does he look at? No. Okay. So suddenly he just poofs, and all that's left is this mist that starts slowly drifting up into the darkness. And that brings us to Graham.
All right, so I'll shake my head, reach into my backpack, and drink a potion.
Okay.
That's it for me.
All right, so you're starting to feel a lot better. Rohan, make a listen.
Okay, that was my listen.
Okay, so you've got your back against that door there, and you hear from out in the hallway the sound of a bolt being slammed into place. Not at your door, but out in the hallway. What do you do?
Okay. I'm going to tell the others that there sounds like there are enemies coming and to prepare themselves, and can brace myself against this door to try and stop anyone from coming in.
Okay. All right, Casimir then.
Do these double doors, do they have anything that I can use to like bar it with something? Like if I was to like grab something from the weapon rack?
No. No, there's nothing that would work for that.
All right. I guess what I'll do then is I'll position myself here and ready for a charge.
Okay. Fenrith.
So I'm going to move to there and heal Rohan.
Okay.
Thank you, Penrith.
You're welcome. And
All
then my sword will poof out of existence after my turn.
Okay. Right. So that poofs away. And let's see. And that'll bring us to you, Graham.
So I'll move up behind Casimir, readying an arrow to fire at anything that comes through those doors.
Okay.
And that's it for me.
All right. So you guys are set up waiting. 1 minute goes by and nothing has happened. Would you like to wait longer?
I thought you said they were heading this way, Rohan.
I heard the sounds of bolts being loaded. They might be waiting for us just on the other side of the door.
Okay. Sorry.
Right.
Let's go back. That's not what you heard. You heard the sound of like a bolt on a door being
Locking.
slammed into place.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry. That's what I meant to.
Do you want to revise what you said earlier?
In that case, yes. I'll say it sounds like they're locking us in here.
Can we go back in time 1 minute?
Yeah, we can. And let's go 10 seconds further. And it wasn't the door you're at, Rohan. I said that. You heard it from out in the hallway, not on the door you're at, like a different door.
Okay.
Because you remember there was a door right out in the hallway on the other side.
Oh, they're locking themselves in, maybe?
So yeah, let's go back in time. Now, what do you want to do, Casimir?
All right, so he says that they're locking doors,
Yeah,
but not particularly any of the doors we're at.
you're right.
I guess I'll move to there instead and peek out.
All right. So that door opens in towards you.
Okay.
And I lied. It opens out into the hallway, and when you look out there, you just see what you guys had seen before, this space that's visible. But you do do a spot.
All right. Don't see nothing.
Too much blood running down in your eyes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you can look down that hallway, but you don't see anything, although you do hear the sound echoing through the place of a lot of boots stomping on the stone floor.
I hear boots, but I don't see the hallway's clear, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. So Fenrith, what would you like to do?
I'll heal Rohan again, and that's it.
Okay. Yeah. So what is that? That gets Rohan. Okay. Yeah. So he's still pouring healing into you, but you still are wounded.
Yeah, I was wounded going into this battle, so I'm not too much worse off than I was when it started.
I'm just going to tell you to, at this point, go ahead and drink a potion so that I can move on to Casimir.
I gave all my potions away.
I got one in my bag.
Your bag on you? Will you
Yes.
hand it to me? Or do you want me to wrestle in your backpack while you're wearing it?
Yeah, just go ahead and reach in.
Okay. So I'll rummage through his backpack to find a potion and pull it out.
It's cure moderate.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll for the healing of that potion there. Okay. You heal 8 more.
Well, 8 plus the 5, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's a
13.
moderate. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and that's my turn.
All right. Casimir. So now, give me 1 second. I'll tell you what you see come into view. So you look out the hallway and you see come around that corner 2 familiar looking creatures, 2 orcs, large and muscle bound and intimidating. These ones are wielding their falchions, but they're hiding behind tower shields. And so I ruined it. I should have explained it instead of telling you what it is, because you've never seen a tower shield before. But they've got these enormous shields that completely cover them in this hallway that they're locked behind. It's got a little slot for them to look through. And back behind them, you can see a couple with the bows that have caused you so much grief in the past.
Yeah,
So they're slowly advancing down the hallway.
all right. So I'll tell the party that we got more orcs with large shields and more archers coming this way. And then I guess I will move out into the hallway to there.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Yeah, so they see you, and they start shouting their war cries, They keep saying that word that you've never heard before, that you hadn't heard before, Baphomet. And these ones also seem all red-eyed and crazy. And now that brings us to you, Fenrith.
All right, give me just a second. Graham, do you remember what the speed increase on those boots was? Was it just double our speed as a standard?
I think it adds 30 feet to your movement speed.
Okay.
What boots are you talking about?
The boots are boots that we got?
Haste.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yours
haste.
were the haste ones, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What was that? Boots of speed? Is that what that was?
Which ones?
All modes of movement for haste, including land, movement, burrow, climb, fly, swim, increased by 30 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. So
you haven't used those in this day yet, right?
no, I haven't, but I'm gonna have to reach Casimir here.
Okay.
All right, so I'll go there and
You should have gone out through the door
Working
Justin
on-
was at.
I don't think I can do that all in one and still get to you to heal you because his door is still closed. Isn't it a move action to open the door?
Yeah.
As I should be able to move through you at this point, though, right?
Yes, move past me.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, that almost uses that full 60. All right, so I will heal Cassie.
Okay. And then on round 16, so keep an eye out for that. That's when the 10 rounds wears off. So Casimir, he comes over and puts his hand on your shoulder, and healing magic sweeps through you. Anything else you wanted to do, Fenrith?
No, that'll be it for that turn.
Thank you, Fenrith.
You're welcome. Do you have any potions?
Yep, got one in my pack.
Okay.
All right. These guys move up very slowly. You can see them a little around that corner. You can see the shadows approaching and hear their boots stomping. And that's you, Graham.
Okay, I want to do a little bit of scouting. I want to go to that door on the eastern side of the room and take a peek out there. Can I stay on the corner and open it, or do I got to get right in front of it?
No, you can open it there.
Yeah, I just wanna. I have another action left, so I guess I'll just crack the door open, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. All right. So hang on a second before you go, Rohan.
Okay.
You hear these rangers coming up too. So I wonder why. All right, go ahead, Rohan. Your turn.
All right, so I'm going to try and keep pace with Graham to keep an eye on him now that the two fighters are out in the hallway.
Okay.
So I'll move to there. That's as far as I can get this round.
All right. Okay, Casimir.
I will ready for when one of them gets close enough for me to attack.
Okay. All right. Fenrith.
All right, I am going to cast Bull Strength on Casimir. So you'll get. I'm sorry. I'm going to deactivate my boots and then cast full strength on Casimir.
Okay.
And then I will draw my sword.
All right. That brings us to you. Okay. All right. So these two move up here. Now you can see them around that corner. They're still hidden behind their tower shields.
All right, I will minus. Can I attack around a corner? I forget on that.
I don't think you can.
Okay, so they're not in range yet.
Right.
All right.
Because I know you can't 5 foot around a corner. So I don't think you can attack around it.
I'm fine with that.
Okay. All right. All right, Graham.
All right, I want to look into that hallway, see what I can see.
All right. So you see what you can see. There's nothing in the hallway. Nothing's changed. Although you can see Casimir with his trident and Fenrith behind him. And you can see the shadows on the floor that speak of something around that corner in the center. But that's all you see.
Okay, I'll move into the hallway. Like so. What do I hear?
Right. So you don't hear. Okay. So you can hear the sound of people rushing about and shouting. Do you speak Orc?
No.
Okay. So you can hear people shouting and people rushing about. You can hear the sounds of weapons being readied.
Okay, I think that's my turn.
Okay. Ron, your move.
Okay, I'm gonna follow Graham out into the hallway and kind of move between him and the oncoming enemies down the hallway towards Fenrith and Casimir. So I'll move to there. And that was all my movement, so that'll be my turn.
Okay.
But I will tell Graham he needs to be careful and not get separated from us.
But you're right here, Rohan.
Yes, but we can't be going off alone like that. It's dangerous.
Okay, Casimir, your move.
All right, because we're not attacking around corners, let's cast Mirror Image here.
Okay.
All right, let me get a spell. All right, I cast it. And then... So I have 2 mirror images, and all 5 foot.
All right. Before we do that, I should say I just looked it up, and you can attack around a corner. You would just get a -2, but they have full cover. So, and actually, the rules say you can't attack a character that has full cover. So,
Okay.
you'd be able to, if you wanted, I'd let you try Sunder on their shields, but you can't actually attack them right now.
All right.
According to the rules. So.
I'll still go with the mirror image. I just won't 5 foot.
Okay.
All right. That's my turn.
All right. All right. So this guy, he moves up here, and he's still trying to hide behind his shield, but in the movement, he left an opening. So anytime before his next turn, he doesn't have full cover.
Okay.
And this guy, he moves up here. So you guys see him step around the corner, and he takes up the whole space. And you can see his beady little red eyes peeking through a slot on the front of this massive wooden shield. Fenrith, that brings us to you.
Let me check range on something real quick.
You're doing what?
Checking range on something.
What spell?
It's give me a second. Take a look at it. Magic circle against evil.
Okay.
So it says that it's on creature. Well, hold on a second. Oh no, that's the wrong. Oh yeah, 10-foot radius emanation from touched creature.
Yeah.
So I'll cast that on Casimir.
Okay.
So anybody within that 10-foot radius will get +2 to AC just from evil creatures, and +2 resistance on saves. Also, you are, barrier blocks any attempt to possess a warded creature or to exercise mental control over the creature, including charm, compulsion, and dominate person.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so he reaches forward and touches you, Casimir, and you feel this strange energy you haven't felt before. Anything else, Fenrith?
Yes, I'm going to move also. I'm trying to. So, are the grid lines? This map is a little off. Sorry. Are the grid lines inside the? I'm trying to decide.
Well, you can see better if you look in the room above you, the stone floor.
Okay, there. Thank you.
I've got a clearer idea of what the grid actually is.
Okay, so I will move to there, and I will call out to Casimir that I will move around so that one of us can still hamper these guys, or still should be able to attack one of these guys from the side.
Okay. All right, Graham, what would you like to do?
So did that orc with the tower shield that came around to face our side of the hallway, does he have the same opening as the one in front of Casimir?
Yeah, like until his turn comes around again, he doesn't have full cover. He just has his AC as normal.
All right, so I'll full attack 2 shots from the short bow into him.
Okay. Yeah, well, that first one's a hit, but the second one sticks into his shield. So go ahead and roll for damage on that first hit. Nice. Yeah, so as he steps around, you just quick on the draw and you send an arrow into his side there. And you can hear him grunt from the pain.
Hey, Rohan, do you think we should go through this door? Or do you think I should try to jam it up? And that's my turn.
All right. All right, so this dude with the bow, he goes through his buddy and through the door here into this room. So, Chris, you could have an attack of opportunity.
Okay, I'll take that. Which one was it? Orc Ranger 1.
Yeah.
Critical fail.
Okay. And you see the other one go by as well. And that will bring us to Rohan. So you could see them run by in between their two buddies with the shield. You could sort of see the movement, and you heard the door, so you know they ran in there.
Okay. I'll tell Graham it may be better to go back where we know the enemies than forward where we don't. And then I'm going to try and find an open spot as that one is turning the corner to feather him a few times.
Which one?
The one that was turning to face us, the one that Graham shot.
Okay.
So, and it looks like I found some openings.
All right, go ahead and roll for damage. Yeah, so he's got a lot of arrows sticking in him now, and you can see blood pouring down on the ground.
Yeah, I'll tell Graham whatever we decide, we're going to need to make a decision quick.
Okay, Casimir. So now he has full cover. Now he has full cover.
Oh, I thought it was until his next turn.
Oh, that's right. I thought they went for it. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I can't see him on the tracker. So if he has full cover, I'll sunder. If he doesn't, I'll
You can see him now.
Okay. So I'll free action shout back to Fenrith. Be careful, the archers went through the door, and then I'll attack the orc one.
Okay. All right, so you find your mark. Go ahead and roll for damage. Yeah, that's a serious damage you do to him. You feel that stick right into him. And, the blade slice as you pull the tines out. So he gives a cry of pain. You know you definitely hurt that guy. Right, so he squares up with his tower shield there. You can hear him breathing heavy, but he doesn't make any move. It's like he's trying to catch his breath.
Okay.
And you guys see him, the one on your side, Ron and Graham, you see him get that shield in front of him and hunker down. So, but he doesn't appear to be moving. But from your position where you're at, Casimir, you can sort of see, you can see another orc with just a regular shield, not a tower shield. He's tearing down this hallway here.
All right. Can I free action say there's more coming?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. More incoming.
And you see this one run by too. Well, I guess you hear it. That's a better descriptor. You hear it. But that other one you did see, but the one closest is just too much cover. So,
Okay.
And that brings us to you, Fenrith.
So this door here, how does that open? Does it open in towards me or out towards them?
In towards the room, into the room.
Okay. I'll call out down the hallway to Rohan and Graham and tell them that they need to try and jam up the door on so that it can't be opened that leads back into that room, just in case they try and flank us from the hallway. And then I'll move to this door and close it. Well, was this one open? I'm sorry.
Well,
No, I don't think it was.
nobody
Okay.
said they closed it when they come out. So
That was the one that I had been blocking, and no one went through it coming out into the hallway, so I think it would still be closed.
Okay. So
right, yeah,
I'll
'cause you guys came
move
through
to
the middle.
here, and then I'll cast Searing Light on Orc Fighter TS2.
That's on 2.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's a ranged touch attack.
All right, 1 second here. All right. So what was your roll? Okay, so your spell misses, so you still use it.
Yep.
But it just goes wide, and a big beam of light slams into the ceiling. But that's it. And that's your turn?
Yep.
Okay, Graham.
All right, I'll fish my thieves' tools out from my pouch and work at disabling this door.
Okay.
It looks like it's a GM roll into the...
Yeah, you go ahead and roll it into the tower. Okay. So what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to keep them from being able to come out of this. That's possible.
Yeah, so you want to, well, we'll go back in time because I should have, you can't do it from out here. And the option you have is to try to jam the lock, but you can't access. Well, yeah, okay, we'll say you can do it. So you're basically like picking a lock backwards, and you get your tools in there and dig around and you find something important and you break it. So now you're pretty sure they're not going to be able to open this door without force.
Okay, that's my turn.
Well, put yourself by that door though.
Oh, wasn't that the one I was by?
Oh, okay. You're doing this one. I see. Not the one into the room you guys, but this one. Okay. All right. Never mind then. Yeah. So you do what I said you do, and you're pretty sure that one isn't going to come open without any force. Okay. Whose turn is it? Rohan, your turn.
All right, so as he's doing that, I'm going to kind of backpedal to here. Do I see any enemies inside the room? I'm gonna have 2 arrows knocked as I do this kind of backwards backstepping.
No, from that, when you go and look, you don't see any enemies
And if I move one more back,
there. No, you still don't.
okay. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, so moving into the room would be my 30. And then I'll fire at the first archer I see.
Okay. You don't see an archer. You just see these two warriors with the shields in the middle.
Okay, I'll fire at the one that's closest to us.
Okay.
Sorry, one of my macros is missing.
Okay. So that's a hit.
Okay. So 2 arrows streak out simultaneously.
All right. Yeah, they stick into him good, and he grunts. Anything else you wanted to do?
No, that's all I can. That was a full move action and a
Okay.
single attack.
Okay, Casimir, your turn.
I will delay until the orc in front of me lowers his guard.
Okay. Right. All right. So let's see. Those guys with the tower shields just hold their position. And so this guy here, past the one you shot, Rohan, he charges you with his falchion and takes a swing at you for a critical hit.
Ouch.
So for 15 points of damage. So with a scream, he comes and slices right into you.
Another scar from my pretty face.
Yeah, he slices into your arm on this one, but you see the one shot at running away, and you see him go up to this cabinet over here where originally Graham was gonna inspect and open it. Fenrith.
All right, I am going to use my last 3rd level on another Searing Light Orc Fighter TS2.
Okay, that's a hit. Go ahead and roll for damage. All right, so this beam of light streaks by Casimir and by the one in front of him and hits the one back there in the back, and he cries out and drops to the floor. Anything else?
No, that'll be it.
Okay, so you see Graham, a couple more run by, and you hear it, Casimir. A couple more running into that room. Graham, these ones are, they're also wielding the same sword they all have, but these ones are just, they don't have shields. They look terribly underfed, and their armor, such as it is just like scraps and patched together pieces of different clothing. So, but they run by into the room, and that will bring us to Graham. Your turn.
All right, so I'll drop my short bow and ready my dagger as I move up to execute a sneak attack on that orc behind the tower shield.
Okay. Yeah, and you can feel like the sensation of your mouth watering as you approach, but it's not your mouth. You know, you're feeling it from Bloodtooth. And again, he says he loves to kill orcs.
But I missed, and that's it for me.
Does that add in the flanking too?
Yeah, I added it in.
Oh, sorry, I was asking if it added in automatically. It's, a lot of the stuff seems to.
Well, you wouldn't have missed, so you would have gotten an 18. So you go ahead and roll damage. If he's using his shield for cover, I'm not going to give him the armor bonus.
Oh, okay.
When he's being attacked from the other side. So that's my own ruling. I don't know what the book would say, but that's how. So.
Just the first one. Sorry about that.
I was going to say that was one heck of a sneak attack there.
He'll be there soon.
You did 13 damage, right?
13 plus the 5 for the dagger.
Okay, so you did a total of 18, and then you did another 5 that you shouldn't have done?
Right.
All right, so how did you want to... Sorry. So yeah, how did you want to attack him?
Yeah, so I think everything kind of went to slow motion when when Fenrith killed that one with Syrian light, and then I just saw this red flashing area where his kidney was, and I just ran forward with my dagger held up before me and plunged it into his back.
Yeah, so you feel it slide in, and he stands bolt upright and arches his back, and he can't seem to make a sound. And then he slumps over, and his shield clatters to the ground, and that would be a ruby filled on your dagger. So I'll let you keep track of that from now on, and I'll just trust you, okay?
Hey, I did have one question about that. I can't remember if I already asked it. Do they go away, like after a rest period or anything?
No, not that you've seen.
Okay.
It's still pretty new to you, though, so who knows? Okay, so that's Graham's turn. Let's see. Okay, and okay, this guy. All right, so Rohan, up at the top of those stairs, you see this ranger you had been chasing. He steps into view with his bow up there and takes a shot at you. But the arrow goes wide and slams into the stone next to you, and it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to provoke an attack of opportunity and move out into the hallway.
All right. He will take that attack.
Okay. And I'm going to move all the way back down to here. Actually, 5.
All right. So as you go moving through that door, you feel his sword slice into your back for 9 damage.
Okay. And then, so that was one move action. I'm going to keep my other move action, or my other action, to ready to attack if he comes out into the hallway.
Okay.
With 2 arrows knocked.
All right. All right. So that'll bring us to Casimir.
Dang it. Do I hear any more boots coming from the direction where they're all been pouring out of?
Yes.
Okay. I guess I'll delay, and if one of them comes and by me, I'll attack them.
Okay. All right. So who is that? Oh, he's dead. All right. Now we've got. Yeah, so he does come tearing through that door coming after you, Rohan. So go ahead and that'll trigger your attack there.
Okay. So I rolled it on his character, but it doesn't look like it showed it actually attacking him.
It says it to me. It's a hit, so go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
Yeah, so 2 arrows. He comes tearing around the corner and gets slammed with 2 arrows, and he sort of misses a step, but he continues on anyway and swings his sword at you. But he misses because he stumbles. So bring us to guy. He takes. Yeah, nobody can see that. So 9. All right. Okay, Fenrith. You hear boot steps outside the on the other side of that door you're standing by. You hear heavy boots rush over to it.
All right, I'll call out to Casimir that sounds like one of them's outside this door. I need to get over to Rohan though, so be prepared.
All right.
And then
I hear more coming from down where they've been coming from. So make your move quick.
all right, I'll activate my haste boots. And give me just a second. This map keeps dragging back to original position.
All right. So is that double move?
Yeah, so I'll double move to there, and that is where it is.
Okay. All right.
Could I have ran, I guess? Or is there too much going on where Graham and Casimir?
No, I'd say you could have done that. You could run. It's a nice straight hallway.
Is it alright if I change that up?
Yeah, go ahead.
That'll put me right behind him.
Okay.
And
Isn't that it?
We're good. Yep.
All right. Yeah, so you hear an orc behind you come out. This is one that's got ragged armor, and he looks underfed, but he's got a nice sword, and he's still got that same crazed look in his eyes. Let's see. All right, and then Graham and Casimir, you guys see a couple more come around the corner. Same one. They look not well, and they're not wearing very good armor. They don't have a shield. They don't even have boots on, but they come charging ahead, so they'll be attacking you, Graham. Let's see. First one misses you, and the second one misses you. So they come with their clumsy swings, but you're too nimble for them.
Am I ready to action?
Yeah,
All right. Ah,
that's a hit.
okay. Didn't say it was targeting it, though, but it shows I am.
All right, yeah, so you kill him.
It's almost like if it's not on the combat tracker that it doesn't seem to show up for us, at least, whether an attack hits or any damage being done.
No.
Yeah, it shows up for me that you guys are targeting them and hitting them.
Yeah, I think it's just for us then.
All right, that brings us to Graham.
All right, I'm going to full attack this orc that dared to charge me, but with a mind for my own defense.
Okay. All right, so it's a miss and another miss.
And then I'll shuffle down the hallway a little bit.
Okay.
That's it for me.
All right. Okay. So down at this hallway you shuffled into, you see an archer step out and take aim at you. But his arrow.
Would he be able
goes
to
wide.
fire after moving that far?
Yeah. And that brings us to you, Rohan.
Okay, I'm gonna 5-foot step back, kind of backpedaling away from this orc that's attacking me while firing point blank at him at any chink in his armor that I can find.
Let's see. So 2 of those hit. And you get a lot of 19s. You need to get improved critical with that bow. All right, yeah, so you stick 2 arrows in him. Anything else?
No, that's all I can do.
Okay. All right, Casimir.
I will 5 foot and attack orc, whatever that one is.
Okay.
Was
So
it
that's a hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's telling me now. Okay.
All right, yeah, so you stab him through the throat and he falls to the ground dead.
And that's my turn.
All right. He'll step forward and attack you again, Rohan. And sword finds its mark again for 10 damage.
This guy's just carving me up like a Thanksgiving turkey.
You hear this one come tearing down the hall out of that door, Casimir. So he's looking at you, and that's where he gets. You see an archer come out behind him as well. And that brings us to you, Fenrith.
All right, I'll 5 foot forward and full attack.
Okay?
So I need to add in the flanking on this, right?
Yeah. So just put in a +2. Okay, so you hit. All right. Yeah, so you slice your sword into his back, but he seems totally focused on Rohan.
This will be
So
second
far.
attack.
And that one did it. So you stab him through the back, through his heart, and he falls forward.
I'll tell Rohan to grab one of another potion out of my bag, and then that's it.
All right. So this one, he rushes you and slices with his falchion, Fenrith.
Okay.
But it's a miss. Let's see. Right. Okay, Casimir, you see 2 more come tearing around the corner,
All right.
and they both charge you. But that one misses, and he looks embarrassed about it. And that one does the exact same thing. So both of them come running charging you, but they're so clumsy that you don't actually have to defend yourself.
Oh,
and they just whiff it. So, Graham, now bring us to you.
Okay, I'm going to head down the hallway to that ranger and give him something to worry about when he's shooting his little arrows.
Okay.
I will tumble down that way.
Okay. Make your tumble check.
Actually, let me reorganize this. Let me drop my backpack, and then I will tumble down that way.
All right. Okay, your tumble check is successful.
Okay, and then I'll attack him defensively.
Okay.
But it looks like I missed. That's my turn.
Yeah, you rolled a 2. Yeah, you were just so fired up about doing somersaults that you missed your attack. And that one laughs at you and steps back and
Set your dodge.
fires at you.
I don't have a free action left.
And hits for 8 damage. So the arrow goes right through your eye and sticks out the back of your head. Just kidding, but it does stick in your chest. So, Rohan, your turn.
Seeing Graham get peppered with another arrow, I'm going to kind of scream out, "Graham, stay down!" and unleash a full volley at that orc ranger.
Okay. All right, so those are all hits. Go ahead and do damage. Yeah, so you stick 3 arrows right into his back, all close to each other. Anything else?
Nope, that's all I can do.
Don't you 5 foot up?
Okay. All right, Casimir.
Does Orc Fighter 2 still look like he's going to be charging?
Yeah, he's headed for you.
All right, I'll 5 foot here, and I'll set for a charge.
Okay. All right. Okay. He does charge. So go ahead and make your attack.
All right.
That's a hit.
All right. So it
Double
does
damage.
on everything or just the D8? I always forget that stuff.
Yeah, just the weapon damage and strength.
All right. So here's the first one, and then my strength's a +5. Yeah, and then the second.
Okay, I'll apply that to him. All right. Yeah, so he comes charging with his sword. You stick him really good, and you can hear the air go out of him, and he swings at you. There we go. All right, and he hits. So
Sorry, should have done it before.
Yeah.
Roll percentile.
I forgot about that.
I
All right,
have
so how
2
many
here.
do you have?
2.
Okay. So 1 through 33, he hits you. He hits one of your images.
Okay.
Let's see. Right. Okay. Yeah. Hits one of your images. And bring us to this guy with the bow. He'll take a shot at you.
Percentage again, 50%.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll just see if he hits. Yes. And they have the same AC, right?
No, they have a 12 AC or 13, something
Okay.
like that.
So 1 through 50. It would have been you, but he misses. So
Okay.
you still have that image there. All right, Fenrith, your turn. So you got this ragged-looking, underfed orc threatening you with his sword.
All right, I'll full attack him.
Okay, you hit with the first attack. Yeah, so that's just one slash across his throat, and he falls to the ground dead.
All right, and I'll move back to here, and then I guess tell, or actually, yeah, that'll be it.
Okay. Right. Yeah, you can't do anything. Okay. Yeah, so these 2 raggedy orcs down here are going to attack you, Casimir. So you have 1 image left?
Yep.
Okay. So this one would be hitting you if he
Okay.
hits, but he misses.
All right.
And this one would also be hitting you if he hits.
Okay.
But he misses. And that brings us to Graham.
All right, I'll stay on this orc. I'm just going to use my move action to move up to him and my free action to set my dodge, and then I'll attack defensively.
Okay. All right, so that's a hit. All right, so you stick your dagger into his belly, and that does it for him. It's too much blood loss. So he slumps and falls down, and you see arrows sticking in his back. Anything else you want to do?
That's it for me.
Okay, Rohan, your turn.
I'm going to tell Fenrith, don't worry about me. Get to Graham and Casimir. And then I'm going to, as I'm saying that, I'm going to be firing arrow after arrow, trying to find a spot where Casimir isn't so I can hit the orc that's in front of him.
Okay.
So I'll be targeting orc fighter number 2 with a full barrage.
All right. So all of those hit.
All right.
Yeah, so all 3 of those arrows, they find their mark, and he dies as well. So one of them's sprouting from his throat.
And that'll be my turn.
Okay, Casimir, that's your turn.
I will attack one of those weak orcs.
Okay. That's a hit. Yeah, so you kill him.
And then I'll 5 foot to here.
All right.
And that's my turn.
Okay. This archer down the hall will fire at you, but that's a miss. So the arrow goes streaking by. Fenrith.
All right, I will deactivate my boots,
Mm-hmm.
and I will cast Cure onto Rohan before moving on.
All right.
You tell me that didn't feel good, Rohan.
It's not that it didn't feel good, it's that I think others could use it more than I could right now.
You guys are all probably about equal. Well, you and Graham were about equal footing to dead, so just accept it.
Okay, this one charges you, Casimir, and he misses.
50% chance there's a chance he could pop the last one.
Yeah, it would have been the image, so that's gone.
All right.
And this one will come over here to attack you, but he misses. So that'll bring us back to you, Graham. There's just the 2 in front of Casimir that they don't look very threatening, but that archer in the hallway, you guys know how dangerous they can be.
Okay, I'll step forward and sheathe Bloodtooth with a whispered, "Sorry, Bloodtooth, but there's nobody to stab right now." And I'll pick up my short bow, which I dropped in front of the door, and that is my turn.
Okay. Rohan.
All right, so I'm going to need to take a 5-foot step forward. Let me double check and make sure that that archer is within. How is it you guys were doing the range?
Just control click him and it'll tell you what the range is.
Yeah, you gotta have
Okay.
him targeted.
So yeah, he's within 1 range increment. So
Yeah.
I'll focus on the archer with this volley of shots.
All right. All right, so 3 a hit.
All right. So 1 arrow after another going into him.
All right. Yeah, so you do some pretty heavy damage to him.
And
you
that's
see the
my
arrows
turn.
flying over your friend's head, sticking in him. Casimir.
I do kind of like the image of them like streaking past Casimir as he's blocking and attacking.
Yeah, you can just hear these missiles shooting by. You feel the wind a little bit.
Do I hear any more boots on the way?
No, not with just a passive listen. If you want to use an action to listen, you can.
Nah, heat of battle. Just passive will do. All right, I'll attack the one in front of me.
That's a hit, and he's dead.
That's my turn.
All right. This archer will shoot at you once again. This time his arrow hits for 6 damage to you, Casimir. And then we're to Fenrith.
Okay, so I'll 5 foot forward and then cure on Graham. So that's my last 2nd level.
All right. Yeah, so Graham, you get some healing magic. You're starting to feel a lot better.
I tell him he's looking pretty good. Looking tip-top shape, Graham. Go get him, boy.
All right, this one will step forward and swing at you, Casimir. He's got such a hopeless look in his eye,
Poor guy.
and he misses. It's like your defense, you're just way too good of a fighter. You know, he's like what you remember you were like on the first day of training all those years ago. He just doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Graham, it's your turn. What you hear from Bloodtooth is, you better stop using that. And he's like really angry. You feel real anger from him. But it's your turn.
Yeah, that shocks me a little bit. I say I would actually just pause there for at least half my turn.
Okay.
But I'll kind of shake my head and I'll be like, but I gotta use the bow, Bloodtooth, and I'll fire one shot at the ranger.
Watch him use those gems on you if you don't do what he says.
That's good role playing, Graham. So we'll give you the luck of the hero. You're right. It would be a shock to you because he's been nothing but friendly and even jovial since you met it. But now the pure anger and the threatening tone gives you pause.
I did say I was sorry. Okay, I took, or hold on a sec. Sorry, when I put the short bow as not carried, it dropped it out of my actions list. There we go. I got it back now.
All right, so that's a hit. So it sticks in his shoulder. But as it flies past, it sticks in his shoulder, and you hear a curse from him. And that'll bring us to Rohan.
So, doing my normal step fire, step fire, step fire. I'll launch 3 arrows right behind Graham's at that archer.
Okay. So
Ouch.
one of those hit. The other 2 were misses, including one automatic miss. So your bow breaks and you lose your hero stat. Just kidding. That doesn't happen.
Okay.
All right. But yeah, that sticks like right in the middle of his chest. So you know it hit his heart, but he's still standing. Casimir.
I don't know how I feel about killing this guy. He shouldn't be here. Yeah, I'll tell him in orc that he shouldn't be here and he needs to go.
Okay.
And I'll ready if he attacks me, I'll attack him back, but I'm not going to attack him this turn.
Okay. All right. So this guy, he is on death's doorstep, but he will take another shot nevertheless. And he hits. So an arrow slams into you, Casimir, right into your knee for 4 damage.
Oh no, now I have to stop being an adventurer.
That's true. Yeah, a couple of you are done. Fenrith.
I'll activate my boots, move up behind Casimir, and then heal. Yeah.
You're gonna heal him?
Yeah.
How many heals do you got left?
This is a cure light wounds. It's a first
Okay.
level. Yeah, I'm done with I went through all my third and second.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's see here. Okay. So what spell set are you using, John?
I'm using 9.
Okay. That's what I thought. All right.
Yeah, I just keep updating 9 to be every new day that we rest, so that way it makes it easy on you. I don't have to keep trying to tell you which one I'm on.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. So, Casimir, when you said that, you see his eyes widen, and for a split second, like you see him, but then in a blink, that madness rolls back over his eyes, and he screams at the top of his lungs and raises his sword to attack you.
All right, so that's my attack action.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Ooh.
Well, it's a hit.
Okay.
So go ahead and put the damage on. Yeah. So you did 19 damage, and he has 5 hit points. So we'll say you just pop his head completely off from it
I want to cut him
sticking
in
on
two.
the end of your. Well, yeah. I mean, you can. He's real skinny and emaciated. He obviously is starving.
Yeah, when he raises his hand or his weapon up over his head, I just, with the trident, just slash
Yeah.
right through him.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. And then just because you were trying to talk to him, you happen to notice as he dies, he gets this look of utter peace flashes across his face.
So it's good to kill everything, is what you're saying. Us killing stuff brings them peace. Okay.
Well, these ones seem to be, the ones you have been fighting, the only orcs you've ever seem to be in the grip of some sort of madness. And even the minotaurs seem that way too, but that's just a guess because maybe that's just how minotaurs always are.
Well, worst comes to worst, if we go back to Cradle and they're all scared and frightened, Casimir can
Yeah.
cross-class into Assassin and put them all at peace.
Yeah, there you go. Graham, your turn.
So I'll take part of the round to speak with Bloodtooth again, and I'll say, "Oh, just look around, Bloodtooth. There's nobody for me to stick you into. What am I supposed to do?" And then I'll fire off another shot. But it looks like I missed, and that's my turn.
Yeah, so when you miss, Bloodtooth says, you see what happens? Rohan.
All right, so I'm going to move up a ways in front of Graham and take one shot with 2 arrows at the last remaining orc.
Okay. Yeah, so this guy's sort of just like swaying on his feet.
Ouch. Yeah.
But the arrows, they split and they go to either side of him.
So,
Casimir.
yeah, he's all yours, Casimir.
Yeah,
Charge.
He missed on purpose.
Thanks, Rohan. Oh, miss? Yeah.
Or this guy just has the luckiest turn ever.
Yeah, we got a mulligan option we can use.
Because that's a third of us to miss this round.
So he steps back and sends an arrow at you, but he's he's lost so much blood and he's so weakened that the arrow, he doesn't even pull the bowstring back far enough, so it just falls to the ground in front of him, and that'll be Fenris's turn.
5 foot this way, and then do a cure light wounds on Rohan.
Okay.
Deactivate my boots.
Well, they would have deactivated already.
What do you mean? I've been turning them on and off.
Yeah. Okay, Graham.
All right, we'll take a step up and shoot again. And that's it. Missed again.
All right, so you step forward and you take another shot and you feel another flash of anger. And you get this extreme pain in your kidney. And you take 2 points of subdual damage. Rohan. But Bloodtooth doesn't say anything. Rohan, your turn.
So frustrated that I missed before, I'm going to put 3 more arrows down the hallway at the Orc Ranger just to try and make sure this time that something hits.
All right. Well, all of them hit. Yeah, so these just shear his head completely off above his nose,
Princess Mononoke style.
and he falls to the ground dead. All right, so you don't hear any more enemies. In fact, you don't hear anything at all now. And so what would you like to do? Now, Graham, now that fight's over, Bloodtooth, he says, I insist that you don't use other weapons. It's an insult. And you can feel a force exerting itself on you. And so do a will save. All right. So how do you role play it? Like he's trying to force you. Like if you had not rolled high enough, then you would have had to do what he says. But you like willpowered yourself. Your willpower proved stronger than its. Sorry.
Well, Graham is a fairly agreeable individual, so even though I'm able to overcome it if I wish, I'll actually throw that short bow on the ground and let the quiver fall to the ground and be like, fine, does that make you happy? But I'm telling you, you're going to be sorry if we get into another combat and I can't attack you things with you.
Yeah, you feel a contentedness as soon as you drop those. You don't need to worry about that. We'll find a way. You're not very good with that thing anyway, honestly. Trust me. It's much better to just use me.
I'm going to ask Graham if he's okay. Because as far as we can see, he's just talking to himself and throws his bow down.
Well, yeah, that's up to you, Graham. You don't have to talk out loud to him. It's up to you whether you do that or not.
Well, usually when I, as a player, intuit things, I will make a mark on them on my little notes there, and then there's kind of a lag before Graham can catch up to that, since his wisdom is so much lower. So he actually speaks out loud. You know, he's not able to put together that this is a mental type of communication.
Right. Okay. So yeah. So Rowan's like, "Are you okay, Graham?"
Yeah,
You're talking to yourself there.
it's just Bloodtooth. He doesn't want me to use bows.
Okay. Have you told him how great bows are?
Apparently, he disagrees. Maybe you and him can get into it sometime.
I can't hear him, Graham.
Let me see if I can get him to talk to you. Bloodtooth, it's Graham again. Could you let Rohan know what the problem is with bows?
You don't. He doesn't respond at all. You just get a sense of discomfort from it.
I don't know. I guess he doesn't want to talk right now.
Okay. If he ever does, I'd like to meet him. Part of me still isn't sure that there is actually a weapon that talks to Graham. Part of me is kind of concerned that he has died 3 times and come back, that something is wrong with him.
Yeah. All right.
I'll keep an ear out. That's what I'll be doing while they're fidgeting over there.
Okay. Yeah. So everything's quiet now. Before you could hear like the sound of rushing boots and people shouting or whatever, but now you don't hear anything at all.
I'll take some time. While Graham was talking with Bloodtooth, I went ahead and hit Rohan with my last level 1 for another cure.
Okay.
But then I just want to search the bodies, see if there's anything of importance on them, notes, anything like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that'd take about 10 minutes, maybe more. You don't find anything at all besides their weapons and gear, like their armor and whatever.
Did we get to see what that one pulled out of the cupboard or
No.
whatever it was?
No, you didn't see.
Maybe we should go and finish our investigation of that room then.
I agree.
Okay.
Did we ever kill that one that killed me for the
mage?
Again?
No.
Yeah. While we're in here, I'm actually going to keep my bow drawn. I'm not going to be searching. I'm just going to be keeping an eye out for that one.
Okay.
Kind of looking around the sky. Well, I guess the empty chasm above us.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up my backpack and head back into that room. And I think I'll just sort of lean against the wall and just put all my focus into what I can hear.
Okay. What are you trying to hear? Are you like trying to be on watch or something?
Right, I'm concerned about the thing that froze me to death.
Oh,
to die.
right. All right. And what about and Rohan? You're going in.
Sorry, you cut off there. But yeah, I'm going into that big room. I kind of figured that they would be searching those 2 cupboards or whatever they were. And while they're doing that, I was going to keep an eye up to the sky and possibly walk back up to the ramp where those ogres had come down from.
All right. Yeah, go ahead. Move yourself. Go be on watch.
Looks like we got a lot on watch because I'll be keeping an eye down that hallway.
Okay.
I'll investigate these things then.
All right. So yeah, you just go open up that cupboard and it's just got there's like a healer's kit and some bandages and a couple potions. These ones are cure serious wounds.
Okay, and then I'll go over to this one.
Do you guys even have potions left?
I have 2 cure moderate.
I have 1 cure moderate.
Okay.
Let's see. Got 1 cure moderate and 1 light wounds.
And I don't have anything.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So that other cabinet's the same. Fenris.
So total of 4 cure serious.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody will can take a cure serious. Rohan, I'll give you one of my cure moderate as well.
Yeah. So the serious is 3d8 plus 5 on those.
All right, and then
And
these
that's-
were just weapon racks, normal weapon racks, right?
Yeah. All right. So then Rohan, do a spot, and Graham, do a listen, and you can do a listen too, Casimir.
I'm very alert.
Yeah. So you're up scanning the darkness, and you just don't see anything at all. You think you probably would easily if anything was there because it would stand out against the blackness, but you just don't see anything. None of you hear anything either.
I think that this room is searched. As far as the cabinets, and I don't see anything else. Unless you guys want to spend a good amount of time here while I walk around every inch of the place.
I think I'd prefer to get back inside. I
Yeah.
don't know if that thing will come back.
So as long as we're able to, I'll go ahead and head down into the hallway.
Yeah. Nothing's stopping you.
Except me.
Dun, dun, dun. Do we want to go check out where those guys were coming from real quick and just see what's down the hall over here?
It's up to you. I'll follow.
All right, yeah. So I'll go check out down here, see what it shows me.
So you see it branches off both directions, and you can see the outline of doorways on either side of each hallway.
All right, Graham, do you want to check this door over here? And we can start working our way through, or at least trying to find somewhere more secure than an open hallway.
Sure thing, Fenris. I wanted to thank you again for the healing and saving my life and all that.
I will never let you fall as long as I'm able. You're my favorite. Don't tell anybody else, though.
All right, Brandon, I'll search this door for traps.
Okay. Well, it's evident right away that it's not trapped because it's actually open a little bit when you get up to it.
Oh, okay. In that case, I'll poke my head into the room and look around.
All right. So this room is large with a dirty, broken flagstone floor. It smells of sweat, unwashed bodies, and bad food. Warmth spills forth from the large fireplace on one wall, and bedrolls lay on most open spaces, separated by only a few inches. There are overflowing chamber buckets in random locations and barrels in the corner, but you don't see anybody in there.
So it's like this was probably their sleeping quarter.
You're going to want to search those chamber pots, Fenrith.
I think I'm all right. I think we could probably just go to the next room here.
All right, so you can see into that room, Graham, because it's a barred door, like a prison door. And this is your nose warned you long before you got there what you'd see in there. So through the bars of the door, where your light pushes back the darkness, you see corpses in various states of decay piled atop each other. There is no part of the floor that is not covered by blood, flesh, feces, and bodies. The bodies show clear signs of horrific torture. Even as you watch, cat-sized rats feast on the bodies and maggots wriggle over them.
What is the race of being?
It's not, well, a couple you recognize are orc, and there's some you recognize as elf, and then there's a lot that you just can't recognize.
Do we want to? Let's take a look at the next area there, Graham.
Just one scene of horror after another for poor Graham.
Well, there was also this hallway that you guys passed that you could see down. Oh, I lied. There's a door there. You couldn't see it, so ignore what you've seen. Anyway, Graham, that one there is the same.
Elements. Look at what these orcs do to people.
Yeah, so right by Casimir, there's another door, but you can't see through that door.
Yeah, I'll be keeping an eye down or on that door.
Okay.
For the sake of being thorough, do we want to check the other direction before we start to venture down or through these other doors? Just make sure there's no one that's going to come in behind us, basically.
I don't know if I want to if it contains such sights as these, but I think you got a point just in case.
All right, that door's open a little.
I'll take a look into it.
It's just another chamber like the first one. This is where they seem to have slept.
All right, and to save Graham the horrible sights, I'll look into these if it's smelling the same as back before.
There's a Baylor.
The other way.
Baylor in that one.
Well, it's only natural now that the rogue isn't.
Yeah, you do see the same thing, except for these bottom ones. They're devoid of prisoners and seem to be a depository for the skeletal remains of the dead. Bones are piled in massive mounds against the back corner. Some care seems to have been taken to separate the skulls, which lie in one cell, and the rest of the bones, which lie in the other.
Evil overlords got to have their skull piles.
Yeah.
No better than animals.
And you could see that this was an open door here, an open doorway. There's no door in our way as you passed.
Do you want to take a peek into that open area, or do you want me to do it, Graham?
I better do it.
All right. 1 sec. So as you go look in that room, this is a large warm room that seems to be the kitchen where the meals for the denizens of this place are prepared. Crates and barrels are lined against one wall. A fat orc, a really fat orc, stands in front of the large fireplace, moving between it and two large bubbling cauldrons. Anyway, when you step around the corner, he sees you. He moves over to this table here, and he picks up a massive, thick meat cleaver, and he looks at you, and he says, "You think I fear you?" But before you can answer, he places his left hand on that table and with a single stroke cuts his hand off with that cleaver. And then he screams and rushes over to this cauldron and dunks his head into it. And then after perhaps 10 seconds, pulls his head out to reveal, well, he falls backward and reveals all the skin of his face is liquefied and it's sort of bubbling and drooling down the front of him. And he raises the cleaver as if to charge, but then he falls to the floor dead.
Ravens take my eyes.
Good work, Graham.
I don't know why anything would do that, but you must have scared him beyond belief, Graham.
What happened?
Yeah, if I heard any screaming or anything, I guess I'd start moving up.
Graham frightened this lone orc into cutting off his hand and burying his face in one of these pots. He tried to show his bravado, though, by saying he wasn't scared, but his actions clearly say otherwise.
Graham, did you do such a thing?
No, I just looked in the room, and he did it to himself.
I wonder if there's something about the room that caused that.
Yeah.
This
Well,
whole place
To
is
be
fell.
safe, we should.
Yeah, so you can see on that table, Graham, on the left wall, there's a lot of pieces of bodies being carved up for cooking.
Yeah, so if anybody was watching me closely, they'd see my cheeks kind of puff up as I'm keeping my gag reflex under control. But I will stumble back out of that room. I don't know how much more of this I can take.
Oh, I'm appalled by what they're doing as well. But that's one of the reasons why I feel that we're here, is to put an end to their wickedness.
I don't even know if they are fully in control. That one orc that I killed, I gave him a chance to leave, and I saw for a second fear on his face that he wanted to, but then he was consumed by his rage again.
Maybe it is a curse on this place.
They constantly say some word that I can't recognize. Baphomet or something. Do you recognize it? Have we already done this before? I can't remember.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
you did the
Okay.
first time you encountered it. He didn't recognize it.
Yeah.
Well, perhaps it's some sort of god or curse. Either way, I want to be done with this place.
Yeah, let's try and find what we're here for and be gone.
Right. Well, so the only way left to go that you've seen is that door down there.
Okay, I'll look it over for traps.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your trap finding. You don't find any traps?
Do you want me to actually open it and look in first so that you don't have to see the horrors anymore?
No, I'm okay, Fenrith. I'll check the door. Is it locked?
No.
I'll open it and listen, and then peek in.
Okay. So roll listen. Yeah, you don't hear anything. And that's what you see.
All right, I'll cautiously advance into the hallway.
Okay. So there's another door right here.
I think I'll keep moving down the hallway till I get a good sense of the area.
Okay. So there's a door there next to you. And then it branches off this direction as well.
Looks like it keeps going. Should we check that door at our back?
Yeah, might as well make sure there's no hidden enemies, as I'll stand in the hall here to shield in case someone does come out of this other door then.
All right, I'll do the rogue routine on that door, Brandon.
All right. So you don't detect any traps, but it is locked.
This one's locked. I'm going to have to pick it. Give me a minute. Oh, Rohan, did you still want to learn how to do this?
I'll keep an eye out back here this time, but thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, so you pick the lock and it opens. And you can see it's a clean room, which is a stark contrast from what you've seen so far. There's a large desk up against the wall, and a large curtain obstructs the western portion of the room, though there is light spilling around it.
The horribleness is probably behind that curtain.
I'll take a look at it. Sorry if I do just a quick search. Just looking for anything out of the ordinary. Not necessarily traps, just anything that catches my eye. Notes, sheets of paper, anything like that. Books.
Yeah, go ahead.
Might want to make sure there's not Baylor behind the curtain first.
This is just kind of a cursory glance, like along the desk, the floors, and then I was going up to pull the curtain or peek through the curtain.
Right. So behind the curtain, a nice bed dominates the space with braziers on either side of it that are providing warmth. And at the foot of the bed lies a large wooden lockbox.
There's a bed with a chest at the end here. Looks like someone's sleeping quarters. Do you want to? Let's see what's in the chest. If you're up for it, Graham.
Okay. All right, I'll look it over for traps.
Okay. It's not trapped, but it is locked.
Maybe there's something good in here. It's locked.
All right, so you fiddle with the lock a bit, and it doesn't take long before you pick it and it pops open. And in that box is some clothing that's not very interesting, although it is pretty nice. But then there is also underneath that is a piece of like cloth paper with something wrapped up in it.
It just looks like a bunch of clothes. Oh, wait a second. And I'll pick up that piece of cloth wrapped, or, sorry, what was it?
Yeah, just like, cheesecloth or whatever.
Okay, yeah, I'll handle it as carefully as I can and unwrap it.
Yeah, so when you open that up, you are looking at a ruby that's the size of both of your fists put together.
Whoa, look at this, Fenrith.
Yeah, it's extremely well cut and shiny.
That's amazing. So we should definitely take that with us.
Does it go in my pouch? Yeah, good idea.
Put it in the bag of holding.
Yeah, put it in the bag of holding. How much does it weigh?
5 pounds.
Yeah, it's too heavy for me to carry anyways.
Never seen a gem that big before. Didn't even know they came in that size.
Aren't you a jeweler, John?
I am, but I didn't even know they could get that big. I mean, we were working with like recycled stuff on the island here.
Well, what are you going to make out of it?
I don't know. I could probably make quite a few things out of it. Give me some time to think, and then I'll let you know once I've decided.
All right, I guess we got to keep moving. It was nice to find a ruby instead of dead, mangled corpses.
Well, I would hope that they don't have dead, mangled corpses in their footlockers here, but who knows with the way that they've been acting.
All right, so when you step over there, Graham, you see a long hallway with, barred cell doors on either side all the way down. And
Was there another door back here?
yeah, right where you are. Yeah.
Do we want to take a look at this one too, Graham?
Oh, okay.
Maybe we'll find another ruby or another stone in there, different kind.
And I'm just curious, did that desk have any drawers, or was it just like a flat table?
It's just a table. It doesn't have anything on it.
So what kind of door am I looking at here?
It's a large steel door. You can feel a lot of heat coming off of it. Like it's uncomfortable to stand next to.
Oh, Casimir, you feel that?
Not for Graham, but anybody else who stands in that space feels it's really hot.
Probably a trap here for sure. Let me check it.
Luck of the heroes, maybe?
No, I'll go with it.
Okay.
Maybe on my reflex save.
You don't detect any trap.
Oh, never mind. It's not trapped at all. I'll try the knob.
All right, it is locked.
Okay, give me a minute.
All right, so I screwed that up and I lied. It does make you uncomfortable, Graham. It didn't make Fenrith. So it actually does hurt to pick this lock. So when you get your lock picks up and you get to start, it's actually burning you. So I'll leave it up to you if you want to press on or not.
No, I'll stop. Guys, I don't think we should do this one. It's hurting me.
Yeah, I mean, you can all feel the heat coming off of it.
Well, if it's making you guys uncomfortable when we're outside of it with the heat, then whatever's in there is probably dead or fireproof. But I feel comfortable enough leaving this one alone. want to cause Graham any more undue stress.
Well, I'll keep trying if you want me to.
Well, I could open it, and it doesn't seem to bother me at all. If you can get the lock open, but I'm not going to be the one that makes that decision alone. What are your guys' thoughts, Casimir and Rohan and Graham?
I see no reason not to go in, but if it does make Graham that nervous, perhaps we should go on and come back to it.
It's not necessarily nervous. It hurts him.
If I keep doing it, look, you can see my hands are all red. And not
Well, then
because
stop doing that.
not because I palmed the ruby when Fenrith thought I put it in the bag of holding.
That's why you can't pick the lock, isn't it?
Guilty conscience weighing him down.
His hands are full of ruby.
I don't particularly like leaving an unchecked door behind us, especially in this place.
I agree with that too, but
All right. Well, let's see if you can get it open then, Graham, unless you're absolutely opposed to it.
All right, I'll try it, but it seems like it's a tough lock. It'll take some time. So, Brandon, I'll attempt to take a 20 if I can.
And how long does that take?
I think the base lock picking time is 1 round, and then taking a 20 is always times 20 the base time, but we might want to take a look at that skill again.
Okay, I'll take a look at it. All right. So let's see. Yeah, it's a full round section. Okay. Yeah, opening it is a full. Yeah, and then you want to take 20. Yeah, so okay, so here's how it would work. Like you're not going to okay, so we'll say what you do is you decide to do it that way, right? And so you get to work and it burns and it's uncomfortable, but you're trying to press through. But after about 5 or 6 seconds, you are actually taking damage. So you've taken 5 damage just from that. So you'll die if you try to take 20. You're going to have to get it picked as quickly as you possibly can.
Okay, so I did fail that first one. Can I retry then?
Yeah.
All right, I'll give it one more attempt. But since I took 5 damage, I imagine like my fingers and stuff are starting to blister.
No, it's probably your face. Because because you got gloves on, right? So it's probably your face that's burning. But Fenrith comes and he heals you a little, but you still got some pain. So yeah, go ahead and make your attempt. Yeah, so now you don't know if it's because the lock's hard or you're just too nervous about the pain, but you go to pick and it's just burning and you get up and stand back. So no luck.
I was hunched over there with my...
Huh?
I think he asked if we could try to smash it.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I turn around, I reveal the lack of eyebrows, and you guys are all frightened.
big blister forming on your nose.
Yeah.
I don't think I can do it, guys.
Casimir, did you have Sunder?
No, you don't need Sunder to attack a door.
You just attack it. That's how it works.
Yes, yeah, Sunder's for weapons and shields. It's so you don't get an attack opportunity. Improved Sunder, anyway.
If you look at the lockpicking skill, it refers to page 165, smashing an object. It says smashing a weapon or a shield. Hold on. Where was it? Sorry, I read too far down because I thought it continued into smashing an object. It's a breaking and entering.
Right.
So it was steel, right? We were looking at, 10 hardness, 30 hit points per inch?
Yeah.
Is it possible to target just the locking or the mechanism or the handle?
Well, there's multiple ways you could do it. You can attack it with your weapons, but you can also try and strength bust it open. So it's up to you.
Yeah, let's try and strength it open. I can be the the main point on it is you guys just kind of stack up on me.
Let's see if you can do it by yourself first. The rest of us are going to take damage when we try.
No, I can't.
No, yeah. So like you try to like put your shoulder into it, and it feels pretty solid.
I don't know, guys. I just don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah. If you want, I can give it a try, but I say we come back to this.
All right, we can leave it.
Okay.
So you described these as like cages.
Well, it's like prison cells.
Okay. Well, then I'll just proceed cautiously down the hallway, sort of peering into each one as I go.
Okay. Right. So you don't see anything in any of the cells, although there's plenty of evidence that they have seen use because there's blood and waste on the floor and then manacles that are bolted into the walls. And when you get down to the bottom there, there's a table with tools of a grisly trade against the wall and a familiar spiked torture chair with blood there.
Who
And
would
that's-
make?
Yeah,
Sorry,
that's
go
what
ahead, Brandon.
Yeah, that's all you see there. But everybody, let's see, except for Rohan, put a search check into the tower for me. Okay. So yeah, that's what you see. Is that what I explained? You don't find any more doors down here.
Did you guys see any more doors other than that one?
Nope. Looks like our path is
Kinda
chosen
ran out
for
of
us.
space.
Nope. Looks like our path is chosen for us.
What do
I'm
you
gonna
want to
head
do?
down here and see if there are any tools that we might be able to use to pry open the door or leverage it or something along those lines.
Okay. So let's before you guys move back, what happened here is I'll put Graham there. When you walked by this cell right at the wall there, you notice there's something different about the stonework there. Your elf eyes caught something different. So actually, only Fenrith and Graham saw. So anyway, Rohan, no, you don't see any tools that would be useful for that door, if that's what you're asking. You see saws and hammers and stuff. I suppose the hammers could work, but your own weapons would be much better in that case. And then there's like tiny sharp cutting instruments, but Graham's lockpicks work better than those. So all of them have blood on them though, and the table's really sticky from it. Anyway, so yeah, you see the odd stonework there, Graham and Fenrith.
What do you make of this, Graham?
I think it might be a secret compartment or a door. We should look at it closer.
So I'll call Casimir and Rohan's attention to it as well. And then, do you want a search to try and figure out how to open it?
Give me 1 second. Yeah, so yeah, one of you can do it. Only one of you will fit there. So you can aid him if you want.
I'll aid Graham, since he's the search masters.
And you could take a 20 if you want to, Graham.
Yeah, might as well. That would be a 32.
Right, so
I'll aid as well.
okay. All right. Yeah, so you go over there and you're, running your hands over the stone trying to find if there's any buttons or catches or whatever. And eventually you do. You find a little point that's, about as wide as your thumb that you press the stone in and the wall opens towards you. So you're going to have to get out of the way. But you see another room in there. And yeah, so that's what you can see so far.
All right, I'll creep into the room.
All right. So you see there's this door over here in the corner. You see that right away. It's another weird one that has no no handle on it, just a slot for like the one had before, where you'd put your amulet in it. Now you see light as soon as that secret door opened, and you feel warmth rushing over you. And you step in, you see a lit forge, anvils, and a cart filled to the top with ore. And as you look on, hang on, let me get the. Let's see. Yeah, so as you look on, a ghostly bluish figure appears in front of the forge, floating softly above the floor. It is a dwarf woman with rough, blunt features and long hair kept in a thick braid over each shoulder. She's wearing the leather apron of a blacksmith, and her bare arms are heavily muscled, almost comically so. And, you can see through her. It's clearly an apparition, but she waits patiently with a friendly smile on her face. Her mouth opens to speak, but no sound issues forth. So she stops, and instead she points to Fenrith's sword and does the motions for you to give it to her. And I should also mention that when you step into this room, you just get an overwhelming feeling of peace and contentment, much as you had in the beginning with that room with the beds and the food.
Okay. Yeah, I'll unsheath the sword and hand it to her.
All right, so she takes it, and then she changes in front of you into a ghastly looking figure instead of a dwarf, and then poof, disappears with your sword. And it's gone forever. So what else do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna
I'm just kidding.
run back
So-
to Cradle and tell the mayor that a ghost stole my sword and make her do something about it.
Yeah, you'll never get there without your sword. Anyway, she takes it and smiles, and then she goes over to the forge and she heats it up and she starts working on it and takes it to an anvil, starts pounding on it. It's a weird thing though, because the hammer just appears in her hand and it's bluish too, and you sort of can see through it. And then when she starts striking the blade after she's heated it up, you hear a sound, but it's like really hollow, like you're hearing it from underwater or something like that. And she starts to work on your sword that way and doesn't seem to pay any mind to you after that. Let's see, there was one other thing. No, that's it. Yeah, so she's working on your sword.
All right. This door up here had the symbols in it again.
Yeah, they don't match yours exactly. And it's got dwarven script, dwarven runes on it, but you can see, the four sigils inside that area, that little indent. They don't quite match yours, but they do have the motif of the element that match yours. So same as that other one.
All right. Just wait patiently till she's done. Unless you guys want to see if we can get into that room, the one with the symbols, not the fire door room.
I mean, yeah. I'll walk over and take my amulet off my neck and see if it will fit the door.
Yeah, it does. And it sort of like feels like it suctions in, and then the door starts grinding on the stone, and it opens in toward you. And you can see a hallway outside with different branches. And of course, in here in the forge, everything's nice. Back out there, floor's all grimy and chipped and broken in places.
All right. I'll
Must be the safe room.
I'll put the amulet back in and see if the door closes.
Yeah, it does.
Okay. Then I guess I'll sit down.
Okay.
I'll start preparing some of the food that if we have any left from that last place, and just try and lay us out a mid morning or maybe afternoon meal, whatever day or time of day it is.
Okay. Rohan, Graham, what do you?
I'm pretty beat at this point. I got hurt pretty bad, and so I'm just going to kind of rest up against a wall
All right.
and watch with fascination as a ghost works on his sword.
Okay. And what about you, Graham?
Yeah, I think the oppressive feeling sort of lifting as we come into this room will help me to relax a little bit. So I'll offer help if Fenrith needs it, putting the meal together.
We should see if
Okay.
we can close the door back into the prison.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You want to take a look at that real quick, Graham, and then if there's anything left to help set out, I'd gladly take some help.
Yeah, sure. I'll go try to close that door then.
All right. You'll have to do another search to find the catch. Yeah. So in short order on the wall, sort of next to that cart, you find one that you press, and then that door scrapes against the stone and shuts itself. But anyway, while she's working on that sword, Bloodtooth does tell you, he seems nervous, and he says, "Don't let her work on me, please." He seems really nervous about it.
Why not, Bloodtooth? What if she makes you better?
We haven't known each other that long, but that's just about one of the most insulting things you could say to me. I'll give you a pass because you're new, but
Thanks.
she's more likely to destroy me. Dwarf magic doesn't mix well with me.
What kind of magic are you?
Well, not dwarf magic. Sometimes I think it might have been elf magic.
Okay, I won't let her touch you, Bloodtooth.
Thank you. All right, yeah, so you guys set out the food and you start eating. It takes her about 2.5 hours, just pounding away, putting it back in the fire, pounding away. Puts it in the barrels, and she's doing all the process, but when she strikes it, it doesn't sound quite like it should, and the water doesn't hiss quite like it should. But you can tell that she is making a modification to. And then about 2.5 hours later, with a big smile on her face, she floats over and hands you the sword back.
All right, I'll thank her graciously and take the sword and return it to its sheath.
Yeah, so
I'll spend a second taking a look at it as I slowly put it back in the sheath, like seeing if I can tell anything different about it.
right. Well, what the differences don't make any sense based on the work she was doing, because now it's got, well, for one, the blade is a tiny bit wider. You're positive it's a tiny bit wider than it was, and it's got really extensive elven art, like inscribed, whatever the word is, engraved in, up and down the blade. The handle seems like it's a little bit longer than it was, and that's about it.
Yeah, like I said, I'll be real gracious in the way that I take it and thank her wholeheartedly for the modifications that she's made to it.
Yeah, she winks at you, and then she looks to Casimir for a few minutes, not minutes, a few moments, and then to Graham, and then to Rohan, and then with a wry smile, she shakes her head and holds her hands up, and then disappears into the fire of the forge.
Guess
Well-
we didn't have the right stuff.
Yeah, bows don't usually work too well with forging.
Well, I say we rest here.
I would agree to that.
I agree. It's been a short day, but a hard day.
Mm-hmm.
I
So
look.
I'll-
Go ahead,
for it.
Chris.
I was just going to say I start taking off my armor.
I'm
Okay.
gonna eat up the last of my level 0 spells.
And before I go to bed, I guess I'll cast some spells into that ring.
Oh, okay. Which spells?
Mirror image, will be 1. I need to check and see how much inventory space it has. Mirror image will be the only one.
Okay.
Yeah, as we wind down for rest, I will try to decipher another scroll.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead and make your rolls.
No, didn't get it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so after a while you give up, you realize you're just not making any progress.
This one actually kind of makes me pretty mad because I don't get why I can do it sometimes and not others. So
Yeah.
I'll actually get Toddler frustrated and chuck it across, maybe not across the room, but just a few feet away from me.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And I'll resolve, at least at the moment, to not look at that scroll again. And the one I threw onto the ground was a scroll of bark skin.
Okay. All right, so what do the rest of you want to do?
Well, for Graham's tantrum, once he puts it down, the scroll, I'll kind of shake my head and roll it up. These are precious, Graham, and I'll set it near him.
Okay. All right. So are you guys what, just gonna like sleep here?
That's what I'm
Is
planning.
that's the
Yeah.
plan? Okay.
Yeah, I think we've got bedrolls and
bedroll
even
and-
tents.
Yeah, because I don't think we'll need the tent, but lay out the bedroll and start reading that holy text or holy book that I had brought from the last room. Drinking some water.
Oh. Okay.
I'm going to see if I can borrow some bandages and healing salves from Fenrith and tend to some of the wounds that his magic didn't quite take care of.
All right.
Yeah, I can go through that for you if you want.
No, this kind of gives me a little bit of an in to start putting a rank or two to heal.
All right. Yeah, I'll give him one of the healer's kits that we had taken from the cupboard.
All right. Yeah, go ahead, Rohan.
Before we go to bed, I'll end up doing that for everybody though.
What, healing them?
Just try the. Well, I don't know if it actually gives any bonuses without me constantly tending them. Actually,
Yeah, I don't think we get the bonus unless we get a full day's rest of having our wounds tended.
Okay, so you guys get all situated to spend time in this room to recuperate and regain your strength, and that's where we'll end it for tonight.
thanks, Brandon.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Give me a second. I'll get your experience tallied up because it'll level you up, I'm sure.
Yeah, was it 2 ogres? Might not count.
This has been a Death Watch production. Thank you for listening.